Well, the sun's in the way.
Well, they come from that angle. Come from that angle.
We got to do it.
Okay,
Or you want to take the picture down there?
Everybody.
whatever. I mean,
They should be up.
different.
You guys
Just
get up
don't organize. Just take a picture. Just take a Barb. Take a
Barb,
picture.
get right here.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm at the point now where we should be leaving. Pictures or not?
Nice smile.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right,
All right, everybody, let's go.
Done.
Where?
Somebody could have sat up front.
Up here by Corey. Well, let's get somebody
go
off the
outside.
street then, okay? What?
Just let it go.
Oh, good job.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Hey, I had faith in you. Yes. Jason had faith.
Sasha, this is a big car, isn't it?
She's sweet smile.
Yeah. Big, isn't it?
The best birthday ever.
Oh.
Not no. You and I are going to drink this whole thing on the way over?
Do not spill it on your dress.
It's our car too.
Wow, that's an animated group.
She's so sweet.
Wait,
I'm
oh.
glad she came to
Looking
the
at us.
party because she knows how to do it. Hello. We're having fun on the phone.
You sound like Mrs. Doubtfire.
No. Should I bring my drink?
We do prefer you bring your drink.
Oh, God, this is going to be embarrassing. I hope so.
Well, first we'd like to congratulate you on 40 years of marriage. A lot of people don't make it that long. While we're at it, I'd also like to give a shout out to the DJs because they'll be celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. So that's pretty impressive as well. Now, you've seen the newlywed game, but what happens after 40 years? How well do these people actually know each other? We're about to find out. So, we're going to start with Mom. Mom, could you tell me, and make sure your mic is on, which is up. Could you tell me what Dad's version is of how y'all met?
Dad thinks we met at the 4th of July Beale picnic. When I was like 15, but we didn't.
True.
Is this mic on? Okay, well, we're going to see what Dad's response to that is. Everybody take a look at the screen up here.
My version was she came with my cousin to the 4th of July picnic.
All right, so that is a correct answer. But now we'd like to hear, Dad, what is Mom's version of how you met?
Do we care? Again? Looking forward to it.
What, yes? Do you have an answer?
Oh, she thinks I met her at the hospital after she and her cousin had an accident.
Let's see if he is correct.
I remember meeting Dad after my automobile accident in the hospital because he came to visit his cousin Debbie.
That's great, y'all got it right, but this still does not clear up how y'all met. Can anybody in the audience, does anybody know how they really met?
After 40 years, does it matter?
This will forever remain a mystery. Now, Mom, when asked if anyone in Dad's family ever hit on you, your response was...
No.
Watch out.
Yeah.
However, Dad had a very different response. Let's see what Dad's response was.
It wasn't love at first sight, but Bobby Hall was hitting on her. I know I was jealous. But she was too young.
Too young.
Yeah. She's the same age difference she's always been, but then it was too young.
All right, so far, doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Uncle Bob Hall, do you have anything to add to this? Now, Mom, you say you met Dad at the hospital, but was there ever a time he actually put you in a hospital or maybe knocked some teeth out, sent you to a dentist?
And I still
Please put your
married
mic
him.
up and let us know.
Oh, yes. He threw me into the side of the pool. Truly, he was only going for a kiss and pulled too hard.
Well, let's see if that's what really
Never
happened.
knew my own strength.
Let's see.
We were just messing around, and I grabbed her and went to throw her over my shoulders, forgetting I was standing right next to the edge of the pool. And I threw her face first into the corner of the pool, knocked the front teeth out. Other than that, nothing.
So you saw her when she was in an accident, had no nose, and you saw her with no teeth, and you still married her. Must have been something real special about her.
There's a lot of things special about her.
For those of y'all who didn't hear the end, I was saying, so you've seen her in the hospital with no nose, you've seen her with no teeth, and you still married her. There must be something really special about her. And he said there's a lot special about her. So that deserves all right, now this goes out to both of you. Without actually saying what your favorite time period was of your marriage, do you think that you both had the same favorite time period?
The earlier the better.
So, Mom, do you think you guys have the same favorite time?
Thank you. She's giving us batteries if they run out.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mom, do you think you have the same favorite time period? Don't say what the time period was. Do you think you're on the same track with that?
Thank you, honey.
You need extra ones?
Okay, these are pretty good batteries. We don't want to lose those. So let's, batteries are expensive nowadays.
I feel like they have already money.
All right, you think you have the same?
Sure.
All right, let's see it, Corey.
Well, it was really fun in the 70s before we had kids. The first 5 years was really fun. Of course, it's been fun having the kids. So each time frame of your life is different, and they're all fun in their own way and different and enjoyable. So it's been interesting. The only part I didn't really love was living in a foreign country for 5 years. Lake Chuck, Louisiana. I could have done without that one.
The first years, because everything were first. And we've enjoyed ourselves this last year.
That's called editing.
All right, now again.
Can I be excused?
Now again, do not say your answer, but do you think that you had the same favorite part of your wedding? Not the honeymoon, the wedding.
I can't remember the wedding.
But we'll find out then. Let's sit back for it.
Walking down the aisle with my dad and being so nervous that I felt like my heart was coming out of my body. But my dad was right there, so that was really special. And just seeing Dad, knowing that it was the right thing.
Seeing her walk down the aisle. I don't remember that specifically. I just know I was just overwhelmed, and I thought, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
I'm gonna cry.
All right, now, however, the honeymoon seemed to be kind of a different story from what I've heard. So we're not really going to get into this because there's too much. We're just going to hear what y'all
No
had
details.
to say. Well, we're going to hear those details, just not live. Let's hear these details.
Yeah. There were so many, I'm not sure where to start.
Oh my, there were many things about our honeymoon that were disastrous. Starting with Dad getting sunburned really badly on his feet and his legs, and then me getting really sick.
I messed up my back, that wasn't fun.
And then visiting the Beale relatives from Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
She had to eat the cooking of all my aunts down in Rocky Mount. She'd never met their slave before, so that was different.
Who had a slave and who were just very different.
We got thrown out of a pizza place for being racist.
One of those Rocky Mount Beale relatives, a young boy that was extremely racist and extremely obnoxious, and that we could not control, nor could his sister.
My cousin, 14-year-old kid, was making some really nasty comments about an Asian waitress. And so they ended up throwing us out. But they wouldn't let us in the first place because I was so sunburned I couldn't wear shoes and they thought I was a hippie.
It was quite an adventuresome honeymoon.
Sounds like a great time. Now, Mom, you've done a lot of traveling with the family. What were the long car rides with the kids like, and do you think Dad felt the same way?
Well, I thought they were great because we actually did a lot of bonding on our trips to Ohio and our trips to everywhere else because we've always traveled. Now, many of people have not come to see us.
But they all came today.
So it was a bonding time with the family. We did a lot of talking and having fun until the last hour. And at the last hour, Jason and Mandy always seemed to know what it was and tried to kill each other. So up until then, it was fun.
Interesting. Now let's see what Dad had to say.
But I always found it interesting. It didn't matter if we were going 4 hours or 14 hours. You guys were the greatest people in the world to travel with until we were 2 hours from wherever we were going. And somehow you sensed you were 2 hours and then you start fighting and carrying on. DVDs would have been great. My current van with a DVD player would have been perfect.
Right-haired minivan driving, man. You guys know each other very well, we're finding out. Now, Mom, at any part of your relationship, did Dad let you date other people?
Yes, he did. He thought I was too young and never wanted me to regret not dating. So when we went to college, well, he was already in college, and I was young. You can see how much the age difference is. I dated a lot of people. 42 guys to be exact. Very
I'm number one!
All right, well, let's see what Dad had to say.
Well, I am, after all, quite a bit older. And once I realized she was the one, I didn't want to, finalize things till she'd had a chance to swim in different pools, or whatever the expression would be. Didn't happen often by that point in my life, but once I made up my mind to do something, she couldn't do anything to stop me. And so I let her date, do anything she wanted to sort of get it out of her system.
I don't like that thing. I live.
One time she went on a date to see the Association, which was a soft rock group at that point. And after the guy dropped her off, I went to the dormitory where she stayed, and then she and I went out.
What do you think it was that drove her back to you?
Oh, my master plan. I had her completely under mind control.
So, Dad, what is this master plan you speak of, and how do you think that Mom felt about it?
It's working. It really didn't matter what she thought because I knew what it was. She had no control over it.
Wow, let's see what Mom had to say about the master plan.
Oh yes, he often told me about the master plan after we had declared our love for each other, but it really angered me because I didn't want anybody planning my life but me, and I didn't want to have a Svengali, and he acted very smug, so that was very annoying and irritating.
And it looked like the master plan worked after all. Here you are still married.
Piece of cake.
All right, now we're going to test your memories from way back then, 40 years ago. Mom, what street in what town did you first live with Dad when you got married, and what was the school you taught at called?
That's two different questions. we lived together in one place. She
I
taught
taught
later.
at Licking Valley Schools.
Okay.
The Patap School, but I don't know the street.
All right, well, let's see how Dad's memory held up.
King Avenue. We sublet the summer we got married. Oh, in Columbus, Ohio, USA, Earth. First school, I think it was called Licking Valley Elementary School.
So you got the school right, but was it Columbus or was it?
It's Columbus. Well, Patap.
NERC.
Nobody knows.
Oh, nobody knows.
Those of you from Ohio, it's NERC, right?
You had the condo.
We lived at Patap when I didn't work there.
No, right.
Right.
Well, that was,
You moved us 6 times, didn't you?
I remember carrying some stuff.
Yeah, I can remember.
All right, hopefully I'm still in order here. Dad, what do you think Mom's favorite things about you are?
Your body.
Whoever said that doesn't know me. I have a great mind and a lot of love to give.
All right, let's find out.
Well, he likes chick flicks. That's not my favorite thing. My favorite thing is that he's very sweet and kind, and he loves me very much, and he loves our family very much, and he'd do anything for us. And he's very romantic too.
So Mom, what do you think are some of Dad's favorite things about you?
Not able to be controlled. Shopping. And redecorating the house.
Is there a list of favorite or unfavorite? Favorite. Okay, let's see what he had to say.
The fact that she can talk to anybody, and everybody loves talking to her. I mean, she's just a unique personality. But, doesn't matter where she is, people seem to want to talk to her, and before you know it, pour their souls out.
All right. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, Dad, what do you think is something that annoys Mom about you?
This is going to be a long list.
Shorten it down just a bit.
Anything to do with shopping.
Let's find out.
Something that annoys me that he can be impatient, and he's a workaholic, type A, and everything has to be just perfect. He's a little bit rigid, but we've learned to work together on these things.
So apparently shopping's not too bad. And Mom, what do you think is something that annoys him about you?
Shopping.
About shopping?
Where do we start?
Let's find out.
Here's an irk. She didn't like Chinese food, and I love it. That's a big one. That's a big one. Well, I do like it after she's done something. I said, well, we decided. No, we discussed it. Well, we decided. Well, one of Mom's weaknesses was her gullibility. When we were dating, and gas cost 25 cents a gallon, I convinced her that going out and looking at covered bridges was romantic, when in fact it was too cheap to take her anywhere else.
Word.
So therefore, Mom, what are some things you tend to argue or bicker about? Is it shopping?
Probably. That's about it.
All right, let's
And
find out.
Chinese food.
Oh, our daughter Amanda. You probably cut that, well, the good news is it's not typically money, which I think a lot of people have problems with. Right now, it's probably color of paint. What the style of our 17th couch should be in this one house.
I have 15 of those pounds. Thank you, Mom.
The chairs did not come. No, they did not.
Stop.
Oh, that's right. 2 more chairs coming. That's great.
Well, that's good for you.
I know. I know how it goes. All right. So, Dad, what is your favorite food?
Didn't we always discuss that? Chinese.
Well,
Fried chicken. Fried chicken, thank you here.
what is it? Is it Chinese or
Smoked
fried chicken?
oysters.
That's a tough question. I'll go either way.
All right. Let's find out if Mom is on with this.
He loves steak. He loves beef stroganoff. He loves fried chicken, but I never make that. I guess probably steak.
Fried chicken. Fried chicken. All right. Now, Mom, what are some of Dad's favorite TV shows?
Oh,
The Simpsons. The Simpsons. Sports, car races, football.
Right, those 2 slashes. All right. Well, let's find out.
Shows like MASH, Mary Tyler Moore, Tim the Tool Man, Bill Cosby.
Now these can be current too.
Yeah. Well, we enjoy watching Dance with the Stars together. We've even done it over the phone. Well, not, some people have phone sex, we have Dance with the Stars phone.
That's pretty sad.
closest we get to sexy.
No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
All right, Dad. Now, who are some of Mom's favorite recording artists and musicians?
Oh, McCartney. Do I have to list anybody else?
Let's start with that. Go ahead. Let's find out.
The Beatles. Specifically Paul, who we saw 2 years ago, and I can't wait to see again.
Friday night in there.
Billy Joel, Elton John, Celine Dion, Bette Midler, Beach Boys, for dancing, different things, different ones. I have a lot of musicians. And my son, I love Jason's music.
Now, Dad, what are some of the things you like to do together?
Go to our 40th anniversary party.
All right, let's see what Mom had to say.
We like to watch movies. We like to travel and have adventures. We like to garden and fix the house up together and do projects together in the house because we both like having a fun house. We like to have parties. We have lots of football parties, and we entertain a lot with the family, and we both enjoy that.
And 40th anniversary party. All right, now, Mom, when Dad was laid off from his job in Boston, what was the first thing he did when he came home?
Buy a bottle of champagne so he could toast so he could start his own business.
I brought home a bottle of champagne.
So how are you feeling about it?
Excited. I finally was gonna, I guess, be able to go out and try it on my own.
And how do you feel about that decision now?
Oh, it was the right thing. No, I can't work for anybody.
All right, and now, this is Mom's 60th birthday, but wait, one question before that. Dad, what are some of your favorite memories with the kids and something Mom has to say?
Is this working? Oh, well, let's pretend it's not, because I don't have a good answer.
No favorite memories with your kids?
Oh, yeah, when they left.
Let's find out what Mom had to say.
I have lots of favorite memories about my kids. Of course, being born, that was just the most wonderful days. And just, I don't know, all the times together. You two were very close and had a lot of fun together. Specifically remember Christmas Eves, Dad reading the night before Christmas and changing the words, and then you always slept in the same room together that night and stayed up all night talking, and we pretended there were things there that would trip you up if you came out. And that was fun. And just, I don't know, our travels. We've traveled a lot, driven a lot because we've lived far from family. And traveling in the car and talking. We spent a lot of time talking to each other in the car and had good stories and good memories. I like those times a lot.
That's a better answer.
And now, as I said, it's Mom's 60th anniversary, birthday. How do you think she feels about turning 60?
60's just the number.
All right, let's see how she feels.
Well, back then, 60 seemed really old. And I think people were older then and acted older then than 60 now. So now it doesn't seem scary and I don't feel any different than I used to. I'm happy, I'm really happy to have grandchildren and my children, and that's really the best part of life when you have that. So it's good. 60 is good.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now, we asked both of you, what advice would you give to newlyweds to try to make it 40 years and more like yourselves? Let's see what you had to say.
Jenna and Brandon, what?
It's wonderful to be married for 40 years. Not many people are married that long, although we do have several friends that are still together. And it takes a lot of work, and it takes commitment. And there's not always easy times in marriage, but it's worth it. And our wonderful family is so worth it. So that's what I tell a newlywed.
We obviously have figured out a way to make things work. That doesn't mean every day of every hour of every life or all of our life has been, the most perfect it could be. But in the end, when you love somebody, you don't see any other way to live your life.
God, he's amazing.
And last, we asked, looking back,
Me!
and last we asked, looking back, is there any advice you'd give yourself 40 years ago? And this is what you had to say.
Yeah. And I've heard this many times since, but nobody's gravestone says I wish I'd spent more time at work. I would have forced myself much earlier to figure out what balance is, and I don't know that I figured it out yet, but I should have spent more time with a balanced life.
To try to take each day more slowly, live in the moment more, not be so concerned about what was going to happen next. Just try to enjoy the moments.
All right, so
I learned the word.
it looks like y'all know each other pretty well.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
So, Jason, what have they won today?
They have won 40 more years of marriage together.
Oh boy. Cheri Johnstone, where are you? Right in front of you. I've already asked him to step in if I have a problem.
This is Jeff's twin, if you didn't know.
I can't work without a script. 40 years. Wow. I look around, I see you all, and tonight has been phenomenal. I've seen so many people through so much of my life, and it's just, it moves me. I don't know if I'm going to get through this. That's why I've asked Cheri to step in if I have a problem. First, I want to thank you all for coming. And I want to say that the years ending in 1 have been an amazing part of my life. My father was born in 1901. My mother was born in 1911. Then in 1941, they got married. Unbeknownst to me, in 1951, the love of my life was born. Aww. In Pittsburgh. In 1961, all kinds of important things happened, but I was 13 and frankly didn't give a damn. Then came 1971. I graduated as an engineer. I got my first real job, but mostly, as some of you who are here tonight know, we got married. Woo-hoo! 1981, I jumped ahead, I'm sorry. Then came, let me get this right. I have to give a special nod to the year that ends in 7. Because 1977, sorry, Jason was born, and everything I thought I knew about life changed. Thank you, Barb. That's exactly right. Your first kid. It's like, whoa. 1981 brought the birth of our daughter, which, as you saw up here, Mandy, Amanda, Emotion, but I'm sorry, I still call her Peep. 1991 was a game changer. I thought if I'm going to work for an SOB, it might as well be me. Get out on my own. 2001 brought the marriage of 2 companies. Randy, help me out here. MPR Associates out of Alexandria, Virginia, and CH4 Corporation merged and formed CH4 International, and it's been a wonderful marriage, and it's changed everything that I knew about business. 2001, sorry. That brings us to 2011. That would have been my mother's 100th birthday. She missed it by 4 years. But more than that, what it means is it brings all of us together here today to have a great party. And as I walked around today, I got to say, this is amazing. The width and breadth of the people that are here just brings me to tears, which will probably be the next part of what I'm going to say. And that means we got to go back a bit. And as you heard, although there's disagreement about how we met, there's no disagreement we in fact did meet. The summer of '68, I would come home having worked in surveying out in the sun all day, and we had a pool built next door. And there was this going-to-be senior in high school who served as the receptionist, I'm not going to make this, / short order cook. And I knew there was something special. Pardon me while I try to get my thoughts together here. Sorry. I used to go over there and just spend time with her and got to know her better and better each day. And then at some point, those dalliances turned into actually a first date. And the first date turned into more and more meaningful conversations. Then I went off to college again. And so I was at Ohio State. And then Cheri came by on her way, coming back from Penn State. She was going to go to Penn State. That
No,
was,
Kent State.
what did I say?
You said Penn State.
Oh, sorry. She's absolutely right. You never corrected me before, right? Kent State. That was her first choice. Oh, yeah. Yes, Kent State was her first. Barb, you went to Kent State, right?
I had to fight the master plan.
She had no power over the master. So after visiting me at Ohio State, coming back from Penn State,
Kent State.
thank you for paying attention. I'm just testing you all, okay? She amazingly decided to go to Ohio State. I'm sorry, the Ohio State University. Go Bucks! Ah! Not this year, but next year. Okay. It was at this time I had absolutely no idea what the rest of my life was going to be. As much as I was attracted to what Cheri is presenting, I just didn't know what I wanted to do. But one thing that happened was I started to become a prolific writer of prose. I didn't say good. I said prolific. And so in January, I took off and took my walkabout. And I went to California. I spent the next 8 weeks wandering around the state of California. Let's see if I can get through this. It was on my last day on the West Coast as it ended up. I found myself sitting on a rock overlook north of San Diego, looking over the Pacific Ocean. And the most amazing thing happened. The entire clarity of my life came together. I realized I was going to marry Cheri. Next morning, I got in my '63 Falcon, drove as fast as I could back to Dayton, Ohio. Because I knew what the rest of my life was going to be. I've never known such clarity as what came to me on that night overlooking those rocks in San Diego. So the next year of our life, we spent being something, as the Beatles would call it. And then we got engaged on Friday the 13th, November 1970. Friday the 13th.
That's Corey's birthday, November 13th. Friday, he was born.
I need gum here or something. But it was a verse I wrote of all this crap I did. It was something I wrote when I arrived back from California in March of 1969. It says more about who we are and what we are than anything I ever wrote. I'm going to read it if I can. Now we hold back the treasures we hold. Someday bliss will reign. I wait patiently for the heaven that only time will bring. Tonight we'll dance and maybe talk of that someday. And on that someday we'll find more than we ever could have dreamed. But tonight we dance and talk. Will you have me for another 40? the papers, important papers, it wasn't your adoption papers.
Candle.
I'm related to these people? Give me a break.
That's pretty nice.
Yes, I always final adopted. Okay. Well, here's what I found.
Always giving us money.
5 $2 bills. And
Thank God they weren't
you would know the
$3 bills.
significance of it.
What's the numbers?
Well, there were 5. I figured that must be for us. $5. In a blue envelope, inside a white envelope, inside of a purple envelope.
For the Ravens.
Don't touch my $2.
Everybody gets it. Lucky $2 bills. That's it.
Mom, do us best.
All right, guys. And in light of my mother's 60th birthday, I wrote something for her. It's a rap, but because she normally can't understand what I'm saying, I've decided to not include the music and you just read it. So, Mom, it's your 60th birthday. I know you've had a lot of fun along the way. I'm so grateful for your mom for being so strong to do what she did to find a better father for her kid. All your loving memories with your dad. I never got to meet Papa, but I really wish I could have. Seems like growing up was wonderful. You like to dance, be with your cousins, and work at the pool. Pennsylvania to Ohio where you met Dad. Can't agree on how you met, but it doesn't matter where at. Found the love of your life, finished school, became a wife, had some of your favorite years with Dad while teaching kids how to read and write. Eventually, you were ready for your own kids, and you raised us right. You know you did. We never had to question if we were loved, if you'd always be there, or that you might give up. Because you gave us self-esteem, you were fair, never mean, led by example, and every activity let us sample. From your own life, you had high expectations, but you didn't force us to duplicate them. You showed us friends and family mean everything. Always reach for your dreams and do what's right, even if we don't always think that means the same thing. My relationship with you, it's amazing what we've been through. It'll be amazing where we go, but you'll always be by my side, this I know.
Want me to read it?
That's enough. That way, Mandy. That's enough.
Happy 60th. And Jason, have a nice
I think you have to hold us over.
Okay, so for my mother's 60th birthday party, I'm trying to figure out what to do here. So kind of had a little bit of a mental lock, but for Marguerite's dad's 60th birthday, she did, instead of the times they were changing, Terry Hyman, he is an agent. So I thought, well, you know, what's going to be appropriate? So I picked my mother's one of her favorite Christmas songs and decided I'd completely slaughter it and tear it to pieces. So got a little parody here that we're going to do. It's Cheri, Did You Know? And I've only practiced this like twice, so be warned. This is gonna end everything. Cheri, did you know that your birthday would bring us all together? Cheri, did you know that your Jeffy Boo will give you a son and daughter? Did you know that your meeting stories are of an opposite view? The loss of your memory makes each day seem so blue. Cheri, did you know that your son would run a nature center? Cheri, did you know that your daughter would be a leading hip-hop figure? Did you know that your grandchildren would refuse Italian food? They have to be force-fed until they become unglued. Oh, Cheri, did you know Your eyesight's bad, Jeff's hearing's gone. You can't remember the date. 60 years is a long time, enough to lose your mind. Cheri, did you know that it's 40 years since your wedding? Cheri, did you know that everyone would have lost had they been betting? Did you know that we'd party young until 10 o'clock? Our backs are sore and we're tired, we're decrepit, we must stop.
I don't know where this talent comes from. It's not Cheri right. You got it. Good job, Jason.
Everybody we love is here.
Thank you all. I am blessed.
Stay there, guys. Don't move.
Cheri, did you know?
Stay still. Perfect. Beautiful.
Thank you all. This has been spectacular. Let's do it again in 40 years. Oh, no, you're a doubter. You're a doubter. That's all right. Yes, you did. That worked out beautiful.
You know that song?
Oh, yeah.
If you happen to be 80s or current hip hop, that's cool.
Yeah!
Come get your free dance.
Everybody, your name tags retire on my shirt.
You guys happen to be oldies fan, 50s, 60s oldies.
Woo! Congrats, Jeff and Cheri. Unbelievable time. You guys are the best. Congrats. This is awesome.
Actually, 80s for you. Another 80s. Hey?
Did you say young?
70s. 70s. You'll like that. You'll like that. Okay? If you like the oldie, yeah, you take that, honey. You're gonna like that. 70s. 70s.
You want to say something?
If anybody out there happens to be a club lover, music,
be on
club
television.
music, club
No,
music,
I don't want anybody to
club music.
No television, just for Cheri and Jeff.
If you happen to be a country,
See you now. Take care of Mandy.
See you later, guys. Thanks for inviting us.
Look how ugly this guy is.
How you doing?
Look how ugly this guy is.
What's going on over here? This guy. Thanks.
Yes, I am. This is everybody must say something. Say goodbye before you leave.
Bye. Thank you so much. You're such an
How was your night?
Fabulous. Thank you.
Awesome. Lori?
Jeff and Cheri, we love you. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Carolyn, had a wonderful time. Thank you. Happy time.
Look how hot this girl is. That is hot.
Get your Mandy mode. Yeah, she's a great back. You have a great back. Oh, thank you. A great back. Show the camera.
That is an awesome bag. Hey, Uncle Bob, where are you going? Do you want to say something to Jeff and Cheri?
Congratulations. I can't believe you made it that long, especially when you ain't like Jeff. How's that?
That's awesome.
They're celebrating.
Do you want to say something to Jeff and Cheri?
Love you.
Congratulations.
Very much. Congratulations. Congratulations. Love you guys. Yeah, love you.
Anything?
Congratulations. Happy birthday. We love you very much. Happy birthday. We love you. Okay, your turn.
They're going to love it.
You're so bossy. Go.
Come on.
You're definitely not clean.
Honey, are you actually doing this?
I am. This is for the...
Arlie says hi. Happy anniversary, Cheri and Jeff, and we love you. And you're like tops.
Excuse me.
Oh, don't try to slide out. You're still on video. You got to say something before you leave.
Congratulations, you two.
Yeah. The best of the best, right? Okay, girls, we better roll or we're not going to even
You guys
get
are free to go. Everyone who said something so far is free to go.
Good night.
Good night.
Good time was had by all.
See you. You want to say something before you leave?
Oh, I had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. And you're not Jason.
I'm Corey. You guys want to say something before you leave?
Thank you, Jeff. We had a wonderful time.
Yeah, congratulations. Happy 40th.
We hope we make it that long.
Yeah.
We will. We'll beat you.
Yeah.
Cheryl and Jeff, we had a really great time.
You want to say something before you leave?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful party.
Great party.
Yes.
Hi, Corey.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. You've done a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I'd love to give you a pay raise.
How you doing? You got
Okay, here's a shocker. The reality, Johnny's my favorite uncle, right?
anything you guys want to say to the older weds?
The older ones? Jeff and Cheri, he's filming stuff. Say, you guys rock and whatever.
Did you guys have a good time tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Great
Good time?
Great time.
Awesome party, huh?
Great party, right?
Right.
Woohoo! Are we going?
Are you guys gonna make it 40 years?
Yes!
I think I see it happening. I see it in your future.
See ya. Bye. Thank you.
This is where name tags retire for the night. Everybody that leaves gets to put their name tag on my shirt. And it helps everybody sleep better at night, knowing that their name tag was rested properly.
It was a great party. It was great to see everyone.
Thank you. Jenna, come on in. Marguerite, come on, both of you guys. Come on in. Look at these lovely women right here. Woo! Girls Gone Wild. Would you two lovely ladies like... Whoa, hold on. That was a little too gone wild.
All right, take him home.
Anyone would like to say something to the camera before they leave?
Corey, you did a fantastic job, and it was a wonderful night tonight. Thank you so much.
How about Jeff and Cheri?
And we love you,
well,
Jeff and Cheri.
well, them too, because if they hadn't been here, you wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
And I don't believe your back really hurts for the way you were boogieing out there.
Heard there was all you can eat cheese and crackers somewhere around here.
How was your night? Did you enjoy it?
Wonderful. It was more than
I ever imagined.
That's great.
It was great.
So much fun. It was great. You did a great job. It was so much fun.
Not use the camera here.
Hey,
Wild
it's
crowd.
okay.
We have a fun
We're not going to put you on TV, we promise.
This is a fun crowd, and you have a wonderful family. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Jeff and Cheri, great party. Happy 60th.
There you go. Now you're in.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're trying to load it up to get home.
Anyway, thank you guys.
You kids did a good job for their party.
Amazing
You know
party
that?
we
You
ever
kids
had.
did a good job. You really did.
You guys did a good job.
And thanks for working with us.
Oh, thanks for working with me.
We normally
That also included the famous boob hat that I wore tonight.
I should put that on your head and take
Yeah,
a
by the way, Corey, nobody else wore the boob hat, and nearly as well as you did.
I can't say how much that means to me.
I just realized I lost
A
my
little
Um,
note from the dish jockey, honey.
Which,
I
by the
thought that
way,
this party was
don't do
absolutely
that.
awesome.
What?
You had very, very, very
Worry about
good support from all
enhancing.
your family and friends, and
Mom
it was
said
my
you were
pleasure
thinking
Oh,
to do
because
this
I can't
party
hold
for you
this up.
guys
I don't have
tonight.
this money.
Thank you.
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't have the money for it anyway.
Appreciate it.
Fine, because
One day I'll
you
have
have
to.
far more to offer.
No, no.
Right?
I
Corey,
can't.
oh!
Hold up the dress.
Let's do that again.
I didn't.
Oh!